all for the love of hip-hop. So what's about to happen is, I'm sure you can hear the beats. Hey, Beatmochini Witseeee. He is standing by, waiting for the Queen to give him a call. We're going to be talking to him about the park bench, and also 95 would not forgive me if I didn't ask him about Maje. So that's what's about to happen.
Hello.
Beatmochini Witseeee. Tell us to the weekend. Yes. Hi, Mochini.
What's up, Pristine?
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself, man?
I'm good. Uncle, what's...
Hey, Witseeee, lyrical was anything, Nick. You know, your guys have been on my timeline all the time.
So you don't miss us because you see us all the time?
I see you all the time, like you're on my timeline. I can't have a day without you guys being on the timeline.
I never, vele. Why Twanso Heme? Why?
I don't know, but the thing is, it's relative till the weekend.
Yes, that is exactly what I want to hear. How you doing, Mochini?
Yeah, you know how it is, Bluetoothing.
Guy?
No, I think the trate.
Ooh, Maganti Wapitori. Yes, when Okay, Mochini, we are having this wonderful conversation, not just because we love Maje, the joint that you produced for Khuli Chana, but because you have released an EP. You released it on Saturday, the 30th of May, TheParkBench. I have so many questions. I have so many things to say, but let's start with the concept and the theme of TheParkBench. Where did that come from, and what was your thinking around it?
The TheParkBench is an ode to every rapper that actually started off at cyphers.
Mm-hmm.
And since I started off like at cyphers myself, I used to rap. If people didn't know,
the 16 and
I'll send it to you.
Yes.
I'll send it to you via telegram. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
But anyway, like the concept comes from me just going to a cypher, not so long ago before the lockdown. My outie, they were busy ciphering there, and I was like, you know what? I just feel I can bring this to people's ears, and the best way I know how, with dope music, with dope MCs, and with a dope, mindset. And that's how it actually just brought to life. It was brought to life.
So tell me about some of the other audio that we hear on the EP. Some of the audio sounds like Rudutsuko Spotong, and it's almost like you've got a camera on people that are just having a good time. Some of the audio sounds like you're in people's houses. Tell me about the audio that you've used in between each song.
Okay, the first audio that I used is of my late grandmother and my little brother actually what do you call it, singing. And why I used that was because that I felt so very emotional and touched with my grandmother's connection.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing about that is that I took the concept from Java.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every album, if not all, she started it with a prayer.
Yes.
For blessing the project. And that's what I actually did. I started off with something that is not usual for each and every rapper to actually start off, or artist to start off.
Yes.
Start off something that you feel is going to be great with prayer. That's one. Two, I have a group of friends that are in bloom. That's Bonaventure, that's Tami Shoktip, and Jewel Parker,
mm-hmm.
who I constantly talk with. And the way that we talk via VNs on WhatsApp, it's like we are at a bar. So I took all the VNs, put them together as if like And the last one, not the last one. There's a clip of tuning of radio stations.
Yes.
Where you normally don't hear certain things, but one part in particular was at the other radio station where Luke Love was like, Beatmochini is the best.
Right.
People didn't know that. They're about to know that, if they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the last clips, in fact, the last clip is of the actual cipher that I started going at this year. That motivated me to create this EP.
Yes.
That's the whole thing.
So tell me then, there's something else that I also noticed about the project. You when you're doing promo for it, you put out, all the artists that you've got featured on the project. But when you actually go and get it, it does not have the features mentioned for each particular song. Was that on purpose? And if so, why?
Unfortunately, it wasn't on purpose.
What happened?
When you actually submit all the documentation,
mm-hmm.
all the songs and whatnot, the aggregator will actually receive everything, and then by the set week that you want everything to drop, they say, no, you need to fix this, blah blah blah, and they delay your release. So instead of the release being delayed even more,
right?
Because I was supposed to have released it long ago. The aggregator didn't actually modify all the information that I gave them initially. So I was like, you know what? Instead of delaying, let's just go with it. And then when people want to know who's on the EP,
mm-hmm.
they would actually have each and every one's sleeve on the EP itself. If they go to my promo information,
yes.
they will see each and every song has its own sleeve, and it has the information.
Hey, you just schooled us. The aggregator, it's alone. They just keep doing you guys dirty, but we're watching them. Nothing great will be stopped, not even by an aggregator. So tell me, how do you go about picking who you wanted to work with it, and especially for this particular project? I mean, I know there's ShabZi Madallion, Jimmy Wiz, Lection, Tswyza. I'm going off of memory here, and a lot more people. How did you go about picking them specifically, and why?
The relationships and the vibe that we have. I'm a person that deals with energy.
Yes.
If the energies are not actually inclined, and for specific projects, it's not as if I would cut the person off and be like, you know what, I don't want you, blah blah. No, it's because I need that specific energy, and I need specific tones, pitches that will suit what I hear in my head.
Right.
I can't put any type of artist on a high pitched song.
Yes.
In my head, that person needs to fit, and our energies also need to link up. Even if they are there and I'm here, and that's how the whole EP has been recorded. None were recorded at my studio.
Yeah.
Everyone recorded wherever they are, but when they actually collaborated with me, there were certain energies that were combining, and again, we set in a particular mind frame also, and that's how these songs gel together with our energies also.
So So, Mochini, with that being said, how do you get all these different people to one, have a particular energy that you want to have be experienced on the project, and get them to also gel with each other, because in as much as they're different artists and each song has a different theme, the greater body needs to come together and be cohesive. So how do you do that, especially when you don't have people in the same room as you? When you're working with people, if my energy is off and I'm in the room with you, you can go, hey, Azizzar, ako lukisa mo, and kind of talk me through and get me to where you need me to be. But with the delay of not having the immediate engagement, how did you then get it to come together as beautifully as it does?
Well, I speak with these people. I talk to them at their level. Remember, like, I released an album called "I'm Also Human."
Yes.
This is me saying, I'm also, like, relating to people on a human side. I don't relate to them just because I produce or just because I do this or I'm older or whatsoever. I relate to them on their level, and the same goes with that person. It's the brotherhood or the sibling thing that is actually happening between all of us. And by the time when we need to start working, I'll let the person know, oh, by the way, on this particular song, you'll have such and such on the song. And that also, like, helps with the communication.
Right.
I create even a WhatsApp group before people know that they'll be working together.
Oh, wow.
I put them all in the same WhatsApp group and be like, hey, guys, we'll be actually working on this.
Right.
And we need to now communicate even further so that the vibe can grow even further, And from there, like, everything is about signage.
So now tell me, Mochini, how difficult or different is it when you are, making beats and making music for your own project versus making beats and music for a Miss Super, say, because I know you worked with her a lot on the Distance EP, or a Khuli Chana on a Maje. What differences or similarities are there as far as making for someone else and making for yourself?
There's no difference. Honestly speaking, there's no difference. I think the best thing to take out of my production and the format that I go with is I need to have a vibe with these people, and we won't start working if there is no vibe.
Right.
So I constantly have a vibe with these people. I talk a lot.
We know.
That's my trait. I talk a lot and I laugh a lot.
Yeah.
If somebody is constantly down, I need to uplift them. Uplift them first. Let them be in a particular mood. Let them be in a particular state where we forget about all the hardships of the world,
yes,
and we're looking forward to having a great time, to entertaining people, to even making money together.
Yes.
So that it will be like a joyful environment for everyone. And that's how, like, I do stuff. Like, I want that thing to actually happen. Before everything, before we jump into studio and be like, let's work. Because you can't work when you're hungry or you're angry or you have, like, all other dilemmas of life.
Yeah.
You can't actually pour your heart out in that state.
True.
You need to let loose, have focus on what you will be doing, but have fun while doing it.
So tell me, Mochini, when making music, right, do you make the beat and then decide who should jump on it, or do you decide who you want to work with and then curate the sound for that particular person or that particular group of people?
yo, it's a very awkward question to actually ask. Why I'm saying that is because, hey man, anything goes with me. Anything goes. I will be like ShabZi Madallion joined.
Yeah.
Like, he recorded it without my production.
Really? I want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Just send me whatever.
Oh, wow.
I'll send you whatever also. He's like, you know what? I've got something for you. See if you can actually do something around it. The first thing that actually went through my mind when I listened to the vocals, I was like, this is it. I did the beat around his vocals and sent it back to him. I was like, this is it, bro. And only to find that he loved it from the onset. Not like, no, change this. I want to sound like that.
Yeah.
No, he was like, this is it. We good, you know. And all the other ones, I would just send production, and you find sometimes they didn't actually like it, but they did something, and I was like, you know what? Let me do something better.
Right.
You know, you have Iron Mics by Lebo Mochudi, which is like, you know, a Boombap favorite to many. I sent him initially the I hate beat. He did something, and I was like, you know what? You are Lebo Mochudi, and you told me that you wanted this song to be special because it's a song. What do you call it? As a solo.
Yeah.
So I actually recreated the whole production from there. You know, come to Tswyza himself. I gave him what I gave Lebo before, and I told him, you know what, do you? He did what he did. I listened to it. I was like, something is missing. My boy Lection, here's a concept. Just do you, and he did that. Like like I'm saying, it's a very awkward thing to answer because it just goes in different directions.
The process is different each time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the production first. Sometimes it's the vocals first. Like, it changes from one thing to the other.
All right. Mochini, before I let you go, and he would kill me if I did not ask you about Maje. And as much as Maje is not on the park bench, I have to take this opportunity because actually let me get him closer to the mic because Khoshwana El Kedar 95 say hi to Mochini. Tobela.
What's up, 95? What's up, 95?
I'm good, bro.
Eyes in your mouth, bro.
Did you vote for me?
I did vote for you.
Yes.
Mochini.
Yes.
No, the thing is that like 95 has swag.
Yeah.
Nike na swag. Awutiwe.
Creativity.
No.
Wow. The truth comes out like this. So quickly because we have to get into the news headlines in about 2 minutes. I'm actually going to let 95 ask you the question that he wanted to ask Maje.
Brother, what was the thought process behind making that beat? What inspired you to make that beat?
Dude, myself and Khuli recorded that joint around 2013, 2014.
Lemaka.
I'm serious. That's how old that joint is.
Wow.
And
nice.
before I gave it to Envy, it was Khuli's joint before. But that's a story for another day. People will get to know that.
Go ba phone la bali tukere and then
nah, there's no beef actually. So Maje, Mahamba Yedwa, and Witseeee, these three were done on the same week.
Oh wow.
And I was feeling a whole lot of Yizo sound, Gazlam sound, all white joints type of sound, and I was like, you know what? I can bridge the gap. I can bring the old and the new
on the same sound.
Right.
And that's what I did.
Wow.
As
These
you know,
three
yes.
are basically like, timeless.
Yes.
And they all have Khuli on them.
Yes.
If you listen to Mahamba Yetwa, is one of Khuli's performed songs. If you listen to Maje now,
Yes.
is one of the joints that gets played everywhere now, as we speak. But the most important part is the TheParkBench. We'll focus on that later. The TheParkBench is the thing now.
Hey, Beatmochini, no. Thank you so much for your time. Your brain is absolutely insane. And you know how much we love Maje. Thank you for letting us use that beat to do our crazy stuff the other day. And thank you so much for your time. I really hope that once things get a little bit safer, you'll come through and kick it with us in studio for a full hour so we can get to tap into your brain a little bit more.
For sure, I'll do that. No stress.
All right, Mochini, stay safe. I'm loving the TheParkBench. I've been having it on rotation. Everybody make sure that you go out and get it. It's absolutely incredible. Beatmochini doing what he does. Otsela tupa till the weekend. Oko,
yes.
Oko.
Peace.
Thanks, Mochini Shab.
Hola.